All right, what's going on, everybody? Good morning. We got another fun-filled day of fishing out here. Looking forward to getting out here. Looking forward to catching some fish. Hopefully we can catch some big ones at a different lake. I only fish this place once, maybe twice a year, but looking forward to getting out here. I have a feeling the bite's been good, but I don't know for sure. I've seen some people coming out here, and usually when you come out here you catch some fish. I've gone out here when you catch giants, and I've gone out here when you just caught some little ones. So don't know what to expect, don't know what the bite is, so we're gonna have to just figure it out together. I'm hoping to catch some topwater early and then go out and fish some rocks and hopefully catch them on some dragon baits. So we'll find out. We're just gonna get out here, try to figure things out step by step, and hopefully put some fish in the boat, teach you something, and entertain you guys for a little bit. All right, so here's the plan, guys. We are gonna tie up a buzzbait to start off. I think I just want to cover some water with the buzzbait. That's a great way to start off in the summer months, is to just put something on that you can cover a ton of water in a quick period of time, and just see if they want to eat. Usually if they want the topwater buzzbait, they're gonna eat it pretty quick. So we should know within 15-20 minutes if they want it or not. You go to some prime looking stuff, throw that thing around, they're either gonna come up and eat it or they're not. And then we're just gonna pay attention to what's going on top of the water, see if we got anything busting, see what we see on our graphs. And usually you'll know if the shallow bite's there, especially in the morning, if you get bites pretty quick. So that's what we're gonna start off with. Tie up a buzzbait. I don't know exactly what bait. I wanna put the 6 cents buzzgill on the buzzbait, but I got to see if I have them in the boat or not. I might have forgot them. So I got to see if we got any, and if I do, then we're gonna rig that thing up. Otherwise, I'm gonna see what I got and we'll put something on and see what happens. All right, well, we do have the buzzgill. We only have a couple of them, so hopefully we don't go through them too fast, and hopefully the bite's not like insane and I lose them in like 5 minutes. But we'll find out. But we do have buzzbaits, and what we're gonna do is we are going to actually build our own buzzbait on the water. This is how I store them, just like this, nothing on them. We are going to put a gold blade on there, and we're going to put rivets and a bead. So I like to put the bead on first, then I put my blade on, just like that. Then we're going to put the rivet on. Then we're going to take a pair of pliers. We're going to bend that wire down, push everything to the back. Then we're going to crimp the rivet on there. Now we got a buzzbait. I like to store them like that because it allows me to be able to make changes on the fly. So if I wanted a black blade, if I want a black bait, if I want a silver blade, I can change all that on the fly. That's why I like to do that. Here's our 6 cents buzzgill right here. I haven't rigged this up yet, so we're gonna kind of measure it out. And then you got to just be real careful. You want to go down the middle of this bait as perfectly as possible. Come right out the top of it. We're just gonna slide everything up onto the head. And that's our presentation right there. Undo these guys so they kick nicely in the water, and that's our morning buzzbait presentation right there. Dual mold buzzbait. Make this with the Buzzkeel buzzbait mold, and then the 6 cents buzzgill for my trailer. All right, so we've pulled up into our first spot, and as I was like driving over here, I did see some activity on the surface, so I'm hoping that bodes well for the buzzbait bite. But the thing about the buzzbait is you're gonna know pretty quick on whether or not they want it or not, because they'll usually come up and eat it pretty quick. Sometimes what'll happen is you'll throw this buzzbait out there and you'll get fish to bite it, but they don't suck it in all the way and you can't seem to hook them. And that's a telltale sign to put it down and pick up something else. So hopefully we can get a bite or two here pretty quick and put something together. If the topwater bite's just not happening, then we're gonna move out and do some different stuff. We're not gonna die throwing topwater. There we go. There we go. The buzzgill on the buzzbait. The 6 cents dual molds combo got us the first one of the day. I was about to put this thing down because I'd been fishing probably 20 minutes or so, and I got a few nips on the back of this. None of them really committed to it, but we just got one, so we're gonna keep swinging it a little bit. You never know when that giant comes up and eats the buzzbait. Well, we got the skunk off the boat, at least. I fished a bunch of rocks, fished kind of like deeper edges where the rocks kind of go into a little bit of deeper water. This lake is super low right now, so the lake's pretty shallow in a lot of places. Like, I went and threw this thing all over the place so far, just running water, and got up to where my trolling motor was like hitting the bottom and everything. So I've done a few different varieties of way of fishing this, and I don't think it's the deal, but it's fun to throw, so we're gonna give it a little bit longer. Might still put it down even though I just caught that one. I have a feeling there's a better way to catch these fish than to just grind and grind and grind with this buzzbait. And if that would have been like a 5 and we had to throw it for a half an hour and we could get a 5-pounder or something like that, then it'd totally be worth it. But I have a feeling there's a better way to catch some of these fish if that's what's gonna bite the buzzbait in 20-30 minutes or so. Well, we ran some water with the buzzbait for like a half an hour probably. Only got the one fish landed. There was a couple of other little bites that I got that kind of just came up and like nipped at the tail. It didn't even like really like blow up or anything like that. So I just don't think that buzzbait's the deal. I fished some pretty decent water and didn't have a lot of success. So we're gonna go to the other side of the lake. It's a small lake, so I can go from one end to the other pretty easily. That's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna head over there and see if maybe there's more fish over there. Maybe there's just the population isn't as good over here. But I think that we'll give the buzzbait a little bit of time over there, but if it doesn't happen over there, then we're gonna mix it up and start dragging around. Maybe throw spinnerbait in the wood, the scattered trees and stuff like that. There's a lot of bait in there, but I just didn't see a lot of stuff going on. A lot of times when you see bait, you see a lot of fish blowing up, but I just don't see that kind of activity. So these fish just might be a little sluggish. Water temps are around 80 degrees, so that's pretty warm. That's about as warm as it gets out here in San Diego. So, you know, that could be affecting things. It may make them a little bit less active. So we're just gonna have to kind of fumble around until we start kind of figuring out what these fish want to do. There we go. Just got bit over there a second ago and I missed it, probably because it's a little guy, but I'll take it. It's been a long time since I got bit. Caught that buzzbait fish earlier. Now we got this guy. Throwing a bunch of different stuff, but nothing got him until the old ridge worm. This fish is about as big as that ridge worm is. Well, hopefully that means I kind of figured something out a little bit. I've been fishing deeper than where I'm at right now, and I didn't get any bites out there. Thrown over to this little pile that's probably like 10 foot of water, a little bit off the bank, and got bit 2 casts in a row to that spot. It could have been the same fish, but a lot of times when you get bit like that, there's usually more than one, but we'll find out. Oh, there's one. Oh, let it go. Come on, come back. I did just get bit. It picked it up and then went with it and then let it go. But so there's more fish down there for sure. Hopefully we can get them to eat. Well guys, it's been a grinder. Thought it was gonna be a lot better out here than it is. Caught a buzzbait fish and then I caught that big worm fish, the 6 cents ridge worm. I thought it was gonna be, you know, pretty good fishing out here. I really did. And that has just not been the case yet. I'm gonna keep just bouncing around, fishing new spots. I kind of have a feeling, you know, when you find a spot, you're gonna be able to catch multiple fish off of a spot once you find like a good one. That's typical for the summertime, but right now I'm definitely not fishing the right stuff. At least that's what it feels like. It might just be tough. I don't know. Maybe I had higher expectations that I should have when I came out here today, but I'm just gonna keep trying to find different pieces of structure and stay around. You know, it feels like there's a lot of dead water. Like there's a lot of like barren bank, shallow barren bank, no grass on it, no real trees or anything like that. So it's kind of like specific areas where you're going to fish, and there's more people here than I expected as well. So I think it's getting a little bit beat up a little bit. So I think that that's probably, you know, making it a little bit tougher than it normally would be. But we're gonna figure them out. I'm confident we're gonna figure them out. They're getting smaller, guys. That's not good. So that last one was right up on the bank, and like literally I think that fish was 11 inches and this worm's 10. It's crazy what these fish will eat sometimes. This is a big main lake point. It's probably one of the main points on the entire lake. There's got to be fish here, but you know this spot just gets hammered, so that's not gonna help us get the bites, but there's got to be some fish here. I definitely, you know, have confidence if I can find like the sweet spot on this point, which is easier said than done, but hopefully we can cast around, scope around, find some of these little structure spots, some trees, some rocks, something like that. There we go. Feels like a little bit better. Not sure though. Yeah, it feels, oh yeah, it's a better one. That's a better one. Best one of the day for sure so far on the big worm. Just need it to stay on though. There we go. There we go. It's a good one. 6-inch ridge worm. Feisty. Good one right there, guys. There we go. See, I knew we'd figure something out. It just took a couple minutes to figure out the bite here, and I just bent my hook out. That's weird. That's not good. But 6-inch ridge worm is a good bait, guys. I really like it. It's a great summertime big worm bait. Catch you good ones. 3-pounders, 3.5. It's a good fish right there. This thing catches me fish every single summer. I got it on the free rig right now. Get good ones like that. So I think my issue in the beginning of the day was fishing too shallow, and then I made the adjustment and I ended up going out too deep. Right now I'm fishing kind of mid-depth because there's like a lot of like flatter areas that go out to the deeper water, if that makes sense. So you have like a big range of areas where these fish can kind of roam, but I think that they're like mid-depth. They're not out in like 25, 30 feet, and the better ones aren't up on the bank. There's a lot of like suspended fish, and I did try to scope a little bit earlier, and it wasn't happening. They weren't reacting to my baits or anything like that, so I just kind of gave up on that, and then made the adjustment and started picking up the free rig and started casting around, and kind of went up a little bit shallower, and now I'm starting to get bites much more regularly than I did. Guys, when you're out on the water for a long time, you got to have a good pair of sunglasses to protect your eyes. If you don't have good sunglasses, that sun just kind of gets in there, irritates your eyes. You end up getting eyes that start watering, you got to itch them, and it's not a good, comfortable experience. But when you get a good pair, it blocks that sun out better. So go over and check out waterlandco.com. They're Waterland Fishing Optics. It's the sunglasses that I wear. I really like them. I've been wearing them for years now. Wear them on the water, wear them off the water. They're a great pair of sunglasses. They got polycarbonate lens and they have glass lenses. They got frames for on the water, frames for off the water, and they got kids frames, women's frames. They got everything you need. They got apparel. So head over to waterlandco.com, use discount code LUNA15. It'll save you 15% off. There we go. go. Picked up that ridge worm and we're getting bit now, guys. So that fish was on the bank. There was a splash on the bank, and I just threw this thing over there. It was what I had in my hand, and I started bringing it back, and I popped it, and then all of a sudden everything just went weightless, and then my line started drifting out, and I set the hook and got it, and then as I'm fighting it, it started going towards my motor on the back of the boat, so I had to go around it, come back up, and it definitely demolished it. There we go. There we go. The big worm, boys. Or girls. Maybe there's girls that watch this channel. I don't know. Got another one on the ridge worm, guys. This is definitely the best deal I got going right now. Best deal I got going. Ridge worm on the free rig. There we go. It's always crapping everywhere. Don't crap on my boat, dude. That's not cool. That wasn't very cool. The guy took a dump on my boat. It's bad etiquette. No dumping on the carpet. That should be a rule, right? You can't take a crap on the carpet. Oh, I missed him. That's not supposed to happen. There we go. Man, they are eating this good today. Just keep covering water. Every once in a while, you get a bite. There we go. It's a decent one. It's just swimming right at me. Might be the biggest one of the day so far. I'm not sure. But it's a good one. It was right up on the bank. Oh yeah. I don't know if he's the biggest, but he's decent. He's one of the better ones. Nice and skinny summertime fish. Oh yeah. Look at you, choked it all the way down in there. All the way down in there. He wanted it. He wanted the ridge worm. Well guys, for a day that started off a little tough, it definitely got good here in the midday. Making adjustments, trying to figure out what these fish actually want, where they're at, and it's paying off. Just got to keep grinding. You gotta just keep fishing. You can't stop fishing, because you never know when that little something clicks and you end up figuring something out and you're able to go out there and catch them. Sometimes, guys, you just got to keep on casting. Keep casting and keep casting and keep casting. Because one of those casts could be the little deal that tells you what to do, and it puts you on the pattern to keep getting bit. I could have just been like, this place sucks, I'm out of here, I'm not gonna fish anymore, go to a new lake. Sometimes you just gotta keep plugging along and you figure it out, and you end up having a pretty solid day of fishing. There we go. Got one on the jig that time. Switched it up to a jig. Just wanted to do something different. And got a little one. Figured I would just switch it up a little bit, throw the jig around. It's a jig that I make myself with my weedless football head with holder mold from Do It Molds. This is the jig that I throw probably 99% of the time. I have a ton of confidence in it. This one I'm throwing right now is a 3/8 ounce, and it's got like a little craw trailer on there. Give it a little extra action for the summertime. I like to pair my trailers up kind of by season. So summertime, springtime, it's gonna have a little bit more action. And then, you know, fall into winter, it's gonna start having a little bit less action. You go with like the beaver style trailers and just ones that don't have as much, you know, curly tails and stuff like that. Just kind of mellows it out based on the water temperature. There we go. There we go, that's a good one. That's a good one. Fighting hard. There we go. There we go. This guy's got someone else's line in it. Someone else's line in there. This guy broke somebody off before. Yeah, there's a piece of line that goes all the way down there. Let's cut that off for him. Oh, he ate a jig earlier today. Pretty good one right there, boys. I'll take that guy. There we go. Well, guys, it's been fun out here. It's been fun out here. Started off a little rough, but we definitely found something that they would eat. I literally ran out of ridge worms in the first color that I was throwing. Luckily, I had another pack of these green ones. But they're both working, so I guess it didn't really matter what color it was, but they definitely like this ridgeworm out here. Well guys, that ridgeworm saved the day today. I caught some jig fish today. I caught some, well, that 6 cents ridgeworm really saved the day today. It caught a ton of fish out here. I did catch some jig fish. I did catch a buzzbait fish earlier today, but once I started putting that ridgeworm in my hand and kind of just going around fishing these different rock piles and stuff like that, it was pretty consistent bites. I did have a lull in the middle of the day, but overall it was a really good day. I highly recommend that ridgeworm. It catches them in the summertime for sure. There's something about that big worm in the summertime when they're in that deeper water. That ridgeworm really gets them to bite. All right guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.